Hi all and welcome back to the channel. Today, I wanted to talk about news items that constantly pop up a few months after almost every big release. It's about these news items that say Game X almost lost all of its players. In many cases after that, you even get something like, "Did it fail?" for extra clickbait. It's deeply irritating because in 9 out of 10 cases, the whole thing is simply irrelevant. I want to go over the specific situations with Helldivers and Palworld, but first, let's talk about it more generally. Only for free-to-play live service titles, a constant player base is key for its success and survival. Even for live service games that are paid, like Helldivers, the original price people paid will be at least 50% of the revenue, making it a highly important metric, and with that, the number of players less important. Let's be specific. Less, not unimportant. Especially when a live service game costs hundreds of millions to make, the player counts do matter. However, for everything that is not live service, the player counts barely matter. Of course, they matter when a game wants to support it for longer. However, in those cases, the starting player numbers mean much more than the long-term player numbers, and the starting numbers are tied to the original sales. So basically, the only thing that really matters is the original sales. Now let's talk about Palworld and Helldivers specifically. Palworld first, this is not a live service title. They literally sold more than 15 million copies. That is such a crazy high number that the player counts do not matter. On top of that, of course, the player numbers go down. Players will run out of content eventually because, again, it's not a live service game. This game is still performing amazingly well. They will continue to support it for a very long time. If you are still with me, please consider liking and subscribing. I would really appreciate it. Now let's talk about Helldivers 2. This is a live service game, so for them, the player counts do matter. However, due to the original price of $39.99, it matters less. They sold 12 million units, which means that by now, this game made at least $270 million, and that doesn't account for the microtransactions. Since it's been developed by only 100 people, this game is a massive success and will continue to be so. But what about those player counts? And that can't go on for too long, can it? Well, currently, just on Steam, the game still most likely, this is an estimate, has around 750,000 players a day. That is still a massive number of players. For a game developed by 100 people, probably enough to sustain it for many, many years. Even though they might have lost players, it's still very popular, and of course they lost many players. It was massively hyped, and then even players jumped in who kind of already knew it's not for them. It makes perfect sense that massively hyped games have a more steep drop-off. To summarize, let's not talk about games losing players anymore. In most cases, it simply doesn't matter and just fuels negativity that is not necessary. Both Palworld and Helldivers were, and continue to be, massive successes. That was it for this video. I hope this was informative and helpful. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.